Today is Thursday, the 8th of May, and we are sharing the water with some pretty big vessels. Here's a cruise ship out of Seattle going north. We're headed south towards Bainbridge Island. Now that is one large cruise ship. That thing is just huge. And he is bound, or she, whichever the case may be, they are bound for Alaska. I believe that's the Alaskan Cruise Line from Seattle. In comparison, there's the Kingston Edmonds ferry. Look at the size difference. And then there's another ferry just passing in front of us here. Looks like we got a lot of action in the shipping lane today. Here is yet another cruise ship heading out toward Canada and probably Alaska. And then over here is another very large tanker, container tanker, leaving Seattle. And then we have south of us, coming up behind us, they can go a lot faster than we can. We cruise about 7 or 8 knots, and they're right around 16 knots. So they can move about twice as fast as we are. In fact, that's the maximum speed in the shipping lane is 16 knots. So here's a tanker, a container tanker headed towards Seattle, and he's got a tugboat there to his starboard side. Here's a little closer shot of the cruise ship, getting pretty close to us. And here's that tanker coming the opposite direction. They look like they're going to crash. And here we have yet another tanker headed toward the Juan de Fuca to go out into the open Pacific to wherever its destination might be. You can tell the world economic condition based on how these tankers are stacked. As you can see, it's probably only about, well, it's more than half full, but normally the sea containers stacked on the deck go up even higher than the superstructure from the bow all the way to the stern. A couple of years ago, that's how this tanker would have been packed. But now, because of the economic condition around the world, there are less goods being shipped. And that is my report. As you can see here, the tender is having a wonderful time surfing behind the Endurance. Doesn't that look like fun? And here's yet another tanker. You can see that this guy is barely loaded at all. It's got hardly any sea containers that you can see on the deck. It's a little rough out here because of the wakes of all these tankers and cruise ships going by, kind of tossing us around a little bit.